Hello and welcome to the Swarm Logistics demo of the Auto Dispatcher to automatically schedule and optimize the tours. I am the Swarm operator and will guide you through the demo. First, a few words about us. Swarm Logistics is a deep tech software technology company specializing in the development of fleet control systems from Stuttgart, Germany. We provide systems to fully automate the coordination and orchestration of heterogeneous fleets with manned and unmanned ground vehicles like trucks, cars, buses, autonomous vehicles and delivery robots in open environments. Okay, let's start. Here you can see the landing page. Let's think of a use case and go through it from start to end. Your TMS would directly send the data to the back end. Here we have to fill it out manually. Start with vehicles. IDs can be chosen freely, but we recommend to put in the license plate and driver name. It is easier then to recognize what is what. The Home Depot address should be put in so the system knows where to start the tour from. In the demo version only round trips are available with fixed addresses, while in the premium version it can receive the current geolocation by a GPS tracker. Please fill out the maximum payload and maximum volume of the vehicle. Payload is the maximum amount of weight that is possible to load. Volume is the maximum volume of your vehicle. Volume can be defined freely by you. You can define it according to your business case. For example, 1 pallet, parcel, cubic meter, passenger, or any other unit. It just has to be consistent for all vehicles and also transportation orders. Now we have to fill out the cost data. Please be very precise with the input of the cost variables, since we are not minimizing distances, but calculating the minimum costs tours. In our premium version, we also have an ERP processing system that is able to just pull raw cost data from your ERP system, and the algorithm is deriving automatically a cost function for each vehicle and driver combination. Vehicle costs per hour can be anything that is related to it, from for example kilowatt per hour to insurance based. Costs empty is for the costs per kilometer without load. Costs loaded is for the costs per kilometer loaded. Put in fixed costs and then the toll costs per kilometer depending on your vehicle. Driver costs are put in as euros per hours. Maximal working time for the driver. And after how many minutes is he making a break and for how long. Here you have to be cautious about the values you put in. The algorithm is very sensitive to it, but it is making a huge difference. And now let's save it. Only if you save it the system will process it and a short notification will pop up on the right. Let's import some other vehicles that we already prepared from another run, so we don't have to type in everything. Let's now move to the transportation orders. A transportation order can be freight, passenger. You have to name the transportation orders. We would recommend naming them based on the pickup and delivery contact, your internal ID or the transported entity. Put in contact, pickup address and delivery address. The first transportation order is a delivery from the depot to a customer. For each pickup or delivery point the service time can be chosen differently. If for example the loading is done fast with a forklift, it is a shorter stop, and delivery is done manually. Also in the case of service jobs this feature is important. Furthermore, in the premium version you can define the time windows for delivery for each stop. For example, opening time between 4 and 5 p.m. This is increasing the problem by a huge factor. Save or add more. The next delivery is a pickup from a customer and deliver it back to the depot. And add another one. We also can pick up something from a location and directly deliver it to another location, like food delivery services are doing it. We can do all of these different use cases in one run. So you see how flexible the algorithm is. Multi-pickup and delivery in random order, while considering payload, volume, opening times of the delivery locations and maximum driving time of the drivers. Or we synchronize data from the server, so data is imported from the database, which could be, for example, from your TMS database. The system is also applicable to service jobs, for example electricians doing some job, or passenger transportation like flex buses, robotaxis or freight. It has just to be consistent with the unit you used in the vehicle input. On the map we are already seeing that even this simple use case is already quite complex. Now we have to define a starting time of the tours, and planning will be done according to the estimated traffic at the time. In the premium version you can also put in specific dates for planning, since our machine learning algorithms are also learning and estimating depending on which day it is, as example working day, holiday season and so on. We utilize a complex and self-developed machine learning model that is constantly improving and learning. With the premium version you can of course set the starting time for each vehicle independently. Let's press Start Planning to proceed. Now an overview page is showing all data put in, and you could change something if necessary. Confirm and the calculation is starting to run. The algorithm starts to work now. Depending on the complexity of the use cases it can take a while, for very complex and far-reaching tours up it can take longer. Here always a trade-off between accuracy of the results and the speed is done. We have chosen the approach that it is better to have results to save you more on costs and deliver the results in an acceptable time frame, for example under 1H for complex tasks, than the algorithm to take just a few seconds and losing hundreds of euros due to suboptimal planning. We will speed the video a bit up and get a coffee while waiting. Ready. Now the results are shown. You can see which transports are utilized and which are not. Each vehicle is set up with the same color from the first screen. The tiles represent the single stops with the contact as ID. In general you can see the costs of the tour, the time and distance of the tour. If you click on info of the tiles, the complete data is shown. The field free in the tiles is showing the free capacity of the vehicle at that time and stop. The first site is called series. This is keeping track of the sequences of stops, and you can have an overview of the single tours and vehicles in the sequence and have a detailed look into one tour, while the others remain fixed. ETA is the estimated time of arrival. ATA, the actual time of arrival, is not available in the free demo, but it is a feature to keep track of the actual time of arrival, if any deviations from the original planning. Here we can also see any unserviced transportation orders, if the vehicle's capacities weren't sufficient in that run or not enough driving time available. There are 3 overview pages for the results depending on the information you need at the time. When you click on the menu you can choose single tours and display them. Okay, now the question: how to get the results from the computer to the drivers. There are different possibilities. One would be to hit the print button and a PDF with all tours is created for your drivers, that can be handed out as a paper print. Also, this can be used for your loader to fill the vehicle according to it. When you open the PDF you can see the right sequence of the tour with ETAs and what to load where. Your drivers will need the results from the operator to drive according to it. The results for each driver are best used via a carrier or navigation app, where drivers have just to follow the navigation calls. For you to test the results we have developed a demo carrier app that you can install on your smartphone. You have to fetch the calculated results and import it. Here you can either type in, for example, the mail transport and result ID and instance ID of the user from the PDF, or import it via a QR code. In your production system users are already set up and paired, so this manual fetching is not needed.
Turn right onto Friedrichstrasse, B27A.
We hope that we have convinced you of our product and we are looking forward to a collaboration.